Hello, everyone, and welcome to Neecee Lexy. Today, I'm super excited to be having Milton Kizzy here with us. I know I have interviewed him last year. We did an audio, but it's been a long time coming for me to have him here with us. Finally, live at the Neecee Lexy virtual studio, all the way from Kampala. As you all know, Milton is a talented artist. He's an Afrobeat artist. He has a lot of songs. And also, if you guys were checking out my current TikTok, I was actually playing one of his eternity music. And today I'm excited to be having him here because we're going to be sharing a lot of basically his journey as an artist and some of the project he's working on. And obviously, you guys going to hear more and more about him. So, Milton, welcome finally to the live show.
Thanks for having me here.
You're most welcome. I'm actually super stoked to be having you here today. Just for those who don't know you, I know you were here before. We did an audio interview last year, but for those who don't know you, just can you give us like a little background or story, how you started your journey as an artist and what you do?
As you all know, my name is Milton Kizzy, South Sudanese uprising artist. I started my music lately in 2020 and we're still proceeding.
Awesome, awesome. So currently, I know you have one of your hit a single that I was listening to, which is "The Eternity." Can you tell us a little bit more about how did you even come up about that particular song?
Well, Eternity is inspired by a real story.
Hmm.
I mean, something, there's stuff, but actually, it's not my story. It's my friend's story, It was, I mean, it was in a serious relationship, and I love the kind of vibe that they were rolling into.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, this is a real magic, this is a real relationship, and I feel like I should write something about this. And as you know, I'm just an artist. I'm not a poet. I'm not a writer. So the best I could do was to put it into a song.
Hmm. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So,
So when the song was ready, I just had to go to the studio, record the Latin.
mhm.
Yeah.
So are you currently based in Kampala or Juba?
I'm based in Kampala currently.
Awesome, awesome. And apart from music, what else do you do? Because I know you're also a student, correct?
Yeah, I'm a student, but right now it's music and music only.
Oh, okay, okay, nice. So I know for a lot of young artists who wanted to enter the game and they wanted to also become like a superstar like you know, write singles and also get into the music industry. What advice do you have for them to become such a great artist, kind of like, focus in growing their music?
Um, what I can tell them is that what I can tell them is, the game is yours. And
Mhm.
sorry, I'm being distracted.
No worries.
That's a lot.
Yes, I can hear you.
Um, Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Actually, what I can tell the upcoming artists or anybody that wants to enter the game, the music is yours and the talent is yours. Don't let nobody discourage you. If you feel like music is what you want to do, just go for it. I mean, you know what you want and you know how you're going to go about the whole thing. So
Mhm.
many people come like, it's just a waste of time. Why would you waste time on something that's not going to pay you back? But the truth is, music, there's everything. There's passion, there's love, and there's money. I
Mhm.
mean, everything is all in music. Depends on how you do your thing. If you're doing music just for fun, you just do it for happiness. But if you're doing music as a commercial thing, if you commercialize the music, you're definitely gonna get money out of it. So just keep going, and the only obstacle on your way to success is only you. If you're weak.
Amazing, amazing. I'm actually glad that you're able to share that advice, so that way most of our young artists and young people who are inspired to get into the music can learn from you. Obviously, you have experience being in the industry. Um, you also have some shows that you'll be performing on. Can you tell us more where you're going to be performing and how people can come on out and support you to listen to your music?
Um, on 9 this month, I'm gonna be performing in Nairobi at KICC for
Mhm.
Miss Independence Kenya Edition. And then on the 16th of July, I'll be live in DRC in Congo. So what I would say is for my people in Nairobi, just stand up to support me, and the people in DRC, I'm coming for you.
Amazing. Okay. Dear, is this you gonna be your first time being in Congo, right?
It's gonna be my first time, yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So you guys better show some love. I know if for those viewers who are watching here, you can feel free to also drop some questions for Milton Kiza because we are actually live on YouTube and we would love to have any questions that you guys might also be dropping here. But congratulations on those two shows. Those are major events that you're going to be performing. Obviously, on the 9 being the South Sudanese Independence Day as well. So that's a huge celebration and a huge audience. So I hope a lot of
Yeah.
people come out and listen and support you guys. Um, so do you have any other big music influencer growing up that actually have influenced you to be the artist that you are today?
Well, what really influences me, it all revolves around me, you know.
Mhm.
I won't say it's in the music thing because every inspiration, like how I started my journey, it's all like where I come from, you know. It's not just the industry.
Mhm.
It's more of where I come from, you know. I come from a humble background, and reminiscing to the past, I've been through a lot, you know. Me and my family have been through a lot. We've just been struggling. Make sure we get the bread. That's it. So that's what really inspired me. And I feel like I want to become somebody, change my story and change that of my family.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And it's really great to now, have a purpose in your music and your journey because a lot of times, even being in a business or being in a music, we all need inspiration. And it's good that, your family is a priority. And that's the reason why I kind of inspire you because you would always succeed and you will go even further with it because you have a
Sure.
broader why reason what you're doing for the music industry. Um, the other thing I wanted to also kind of ask you, because I know we interviewed you last time we about where we can find your music. Obviously, you're available on all music platform, including YouTube. Um, how would you say is like 2 years from now? What can we expect from Milton Kiza? Like, what is Milton Kiza journey look like?
Uh, you know, everything changes over time, you know.
Mhm.
If you look at how it started, you can see there are a lot of changes. And right now, there's too much commitment and too many efforts I'm putting in. So
Mhm.
that means in 2 years, I'm going to be somebody better than the Milton Kizzy of today.
Mhm.
And the only thing I can promise for sure is good music is never stopping.
Amen. Amen to that. All right, we're gonna take a short break, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Uh,
All right, guys, welcome back to Neecee Lexy. We are live with Milton Kiza all the way from Kampala, and we're basically here to ask him more about his musical journey. And as you all know, before our short break, he was talking about how his music inspiration obviously come from his family, and the fact that I know both his mom and dad are in the music industry as well. Right? That's correct, right? They both
yeah,
yes. I
definitely.
remember last time you told me that he does a lot of traditional songs and things like that. So
Yeah.
that's a big influence to you because this is huge. Music has always been in your blood.
My daddy was my biggest inspiration, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always loved his music, and he's the reason I'm doing it today.
Awesome, awesome. Do you actually? I remember I asked you last time if you have a sample of his songs that we can listen to. Obviously, it would be great to kind of see the senior Milton how he sound like as well for those who in Canada here.
I've always thought about that. I've always wanted to do that, but then looking for the right strategy to get his music out. But
Yeah,
sometimes I have that fear. I feel like even marketing my own music is kind of hard, but
yeah.
I have one of his songs in the studio, so definitely I'm gonna put it out very soon.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear that. It'll be great if you guys in the future could do like, what's it called? Will Smith and Jaden kind of have like a collaboration son and father thing. So
So,
I would love to see the two of you guys, bouncing on a stage and making a magic in there.
that would have happened, but unfortunately, my dad is late.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I didn't know, but it would have been really nice. But I would love to still hear his music, and because I know he has such a big influence into Jew, and
Yeah.
contributes to you. Yeah. One more thing I wanted to know is Milton Kiza. That's a very interesting name. I know Milton. You mentioned last time it came from like a soldier. Is that what it means? Right?
Milton Kizzy.
Yeah.
It's all two different names. I didn't get it all at once. I
Hmm.
got the name Milton from a mentor called Dr. Apollo Milton Obote. He's a Ugandan freedom fighter.
Hmm.
So back in school, he was my favorite guy. I always talked about him. My friends that started calling me Milton, and that's how the name came. As
Hmm.
for Kizzy, I'm somebody that loves kisses. I love kissing, and that's how I call myself Kizzy.
Ah, very naughty.
It is what it is.
But that's it's a great name at least. It's a great name. So the soldier and the romantic side of it, so kind of combine.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So Milton, are there any like new songs that you are basically right now producing that we can look forward to?
Yeah, I have a song. It's gonna drop probably on 15th of this month.
Oh, and what is
Yeah.
the concept of the new song that you have?
The concept?
Like the story, is it more like a romantic Afrobeat? What is it all about?
Yeah, it's Afrobeat, but the story, it's the normal Milton Keys vibe. It's love and erotic combined.
That is really amazing.
Yeah.
So, for those who are watching live with us, feel free to drop a comment because Milton is here. Obviously, he'll be able to answer any questions that you might have for him. Just drop in a YouTube comment below, and we can also take those questions. Another thing I wanted to also get to know more about you. Obviously, sometimes being in the music industry, it can be really hard. The
Yeah.
journey itself, it takes a while. You need to be able to know how to promote it and treat music like a business, not just like a hobby. So what are some strategy are you basically kind of putting into place to making sure that your music reach a wider audience? Because obviously you have a lot of great followers on Facebook. So how are you basically utilizing that channel to make sure that your message or your music is out there?
Promoting music is really a lot of efforts.
Hmm.
I can say it's not an easy thing because what I can say for sure is if you're broke, music won't go. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
I use my social media audience to promote my music. I just put it out on my platforms, and sometimes it's sponsored ads. That's
Hmm.
what I just do. And oral promotion is also what we do. Tell a friend to tell a friend. That's the kind of stuff. Yeah,
Amazing.
and radio is also helping us a lot.
And what do you think that obviously for East African artists, it's they have a lot of great talent that, including yourself, that are currently
Yeah.
making music that it's not being seen by the Western world. Whereas in West Africa, their music is growing at a rapid scales where they're now able to be in BET and things like that. So, what do you think that is missing from the East African side music industry that we can be able to support and bring it to the mainstream?
The rest of East Africa is cool. I'm gonna talk about my own country, South Sudan.
Yeah.
We're really missing.
Yeah.
Most artists been saying,
Hmm.
fans don't support. Sometimes putting blame on promoters. But the stuff is really that this is a one-man journey, and it's something, a journey that you're embarking on your own. You don't expect anybody to come and lift you up. First thing that I would advise fellow musicians to do is first look at the content that you're about to deliver. Is it the quality that people want? Sometimes you may be doing the right music in the wrong place, and sometimes the wrong music at the right place. That is what's really killing the game. Sometimes production kills the music. If you record a substandard song, no matter how talented you are, and you record from a studio or a producer that doesn't have the quality that people need out there,
Mm-hmm.
it will be difficult for people to really embrace the sound and push it very far, because somebody gets bored listening to the song. Maybe the beat is kind of lazy, and your vocal, like editing the voice, was not really cool, the mixing and mastering. So it's very hard to listen to that kind of song. And sometimes doing music that is too urban for the local people,
Mm-hmm.
it's really very hard for people to embrace it and say this is a talented artist. Okay, people will know you're talented, but they don't get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe is really killing the music, and over dependence too, you know.
So do you think it's also, is it has to do with mostly like the language barrier or the style in itself that people are in a local might not get it? Or do you have to be like, okay, if you're gonna make it in East, you have to sing your nation a native mother tongue to get the message across, or how do you, or what do you go about that?
I would say it's the language, it's the language, because
Mm-hmm.
if, let's say, you're singing in Patois, that's the Jamaican accent.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're singing for fellow South Sudanese people. Somebody in Juba will be like, "What's this guy saying? I don't even get it." And sometimes, if it's the style is really very cool. You can even adapt the R&B style and you sing in Arabic. People will still get the message. Or you use the normal English that we use in East Africa. Just
Yeah.
like,
That's amazing. That's amazing. Definitely. So thank you
yeah.
so much, Milton. I'm gonna be going on a short break and then we'll be right back in 15 seconds.
All right.
Thank you. And we are back again at Neecee Lexy live interview with Milton Kiza, all the way from Kampala. And he's an Afrobeat artist that we're basically kind of understanding more about his journey and also some of the insight he has with the industry and the music industry in East Africa and some of the benefits, advice that young South Sudanese artists can take to be able to grow their businesses. And you guys heard it a few seconds ago. One of the other thing I wanted to ask you, Milton. Obviously, you have been in the music industry growing up, having a parents that are both musicians, and then also you embark your own journey to become an artist. What would you say
Yeah.
is your most memorable moment as an artist that when you either perform on a stage or you release some music and you're like, wow, I actually did that. So what is that moment look like for you? What is that best memorable moment?
Um, I said this in the last interview. Uh, Last year
Mm-hmm.
I was called. I was booked for JSA Young Stars Awards. It's actually one of the biggest events in the country. But for me, it was something strange to me, because for me, I'm somebody who's just starting, and I believe like climbing on that stage is really gonna expose me to a large audience, many people.
Mm-hmm.
Because the people who attend such events, there are really many. And I felt like, yeah, it's my time to get exposed. And of course, it really happened. When I went on that stage, the crowd was wild and everybody was just singing along to my song. I was surprised. I didn't know it could happen. So, one guy that day,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, Jungle Stars Awards is it.
Douglas, it is. And actually, I hope that your performance on the nine could actually be another memorable moment for you because you're going to be performing at a bigger platform. So let's give you more chances to have produce more memories. So
It's,
I'm
al-
excited for that.
it's also my first time performing in Nairobi, so I feel like it's going to be a bomb blast.
Yes, of course. So what are you going to sing that day? Like, or you're going to surprise them with new material?
I may preview a new song on that day. It's just a surprise. I
Yeah.
want everybody to go because they don't know what's coming up. I may preview an upcoming song that day. Just turn up.
Make sure Nairobi on the 9th, Milton Keys is about
Yeah.
to shut down.
They coming through.
Thank you so much, Milton, for being here today. I had a blast interviewing you. Likewise, I always say, Nisi Lexi live interview is always like a home to you. So feel free to come back anytime when you have music and you would want us to, share and promote it for you. So feel free to always come back and reach back to me. Without further ado, guys, this is Milton Kizzy from Kampala, and we are so honored to have you here.
And what I would also add is later this year I'm going to drop my EP.
Ah.
Listeners of listeners of my music, I've been quiet for so long, but just know I wasn't relaxing. I've been putting in a lot of work, and I feel like it's
Mhm.
really time to put it out there. A song is ready, and the EP is in the making. So later this year, I'm dropping it. Make sure if you're not following me on any platform, just make sure you do. And the listening party is gonna be mad.
Nice. So where can they find you? So make sure you drop your social media handle here so that people can go find you.
On Facebook, Milton Kizzy. Instagram, official Milton Kizzy. On YouTube is Milton Kizzy. Every other platform is Milton Kizzy. You can just search it that way and you find me.
Yeah, and you can also Google him or watch from this interview, and I'll also send put all his URLs link in the description below, so you guys can also follow him. Once again, thank you so much for being here, Milton. It was a pleasure interviewing you. Like
You're
always,
welcome.
it's great having you.
The pleasure is all mine.
Thank you.